So, big story that just really popped. Jordan Neely, a homeless man who was choked and killed on the New York City subway. Did that happen today?
No, that happened, I think, 2 days ago.
2 days ago. So the video footage came out, and now everybody is kind of jumping on it. Now, people are jumping on it from both sides. Republican, Democrat, everywhere you can take it, how we usually take these killings, that's how it's happening right now. Okay? So I didn't see what led up to him getting choked out. I just saw the end result, him getting choked out, guys holding his hand. He wound up dying.
Yes.
Okay. Now, like I said, everybody's jumping on this. Some people are calling this murder. Some people are saying it's not murder. The guy who killed him, his name has not been released. They just keep saying 24-year-old Marine. So the people are calling him a hero on one side. Some people are calling him a murderer. He should be charged with murder and things of that nature. Now, the reason why this story is interesting, especially from a New Yorker who has taken the subway a lot in his life. To school, back from school, to work, back from work. I've taken the subway a lot. From how the incident was described, he was on a train. He was yelling about not having food, not having money.
He's a performer.
He's a performer. He's a street performer. He's impersonated Michael Jackson.
And a few other people.
As well. So he was irate on the train about not having food, not having money. And I think he was saying that he will hurt somebody on the train, he'll go back to jail, something to that effect. I think that's a quote, not a direct quote, but that's a quote. And then this Marine, I don't know what led up to it. I don't know if he looked like he was about to hit somebody, but I saw him yoking him up, and he wound up killing him in a chokehold.
Yeah.
Now, like I said, as somebody who's taken the train, I've been on the train a lot to where there's a homeless person on the train wilding and you are on your guard because people get pushed on the tracks every day in New York City, damn near. Especially now, since as a result of COVID, there has been a lot more crimes on the subway. We've talked about this in detail on this show many, many times. A lady got stabbed 40 times. Another lady got pushed on the tracks. This happens, right? So I can see, I'm not sticking up for the white guy. I can see how somebody would be on their guard as a result of this, as a result of seeing this. And I don't know, he's a Marine. I don't know if he was going through PTSD as well. Somebody wilding. It's a lot here.
Yeah, a lot to unpack.
Now, stuff that you would not know being in the situation. Now, apparently this guy had 40 prior arrests. He had mental health issues as well. A few violent arrests as well. Okay. So the Republican conservative side, they're making that case. This guy is, violent, mental health. He shouldn't be on the streets. New York, Democratic, you guys soft on crime. Blah 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 blah. Democratic side, AOC, Al Sharpton, everybody. This is murder. He should be charged because the guy wasn't charged. The guy he was let go.
No charges.
No charges yet. So this is murder. He should be charged. He was. People are using really charged words. He was lynched on the train. Things of that nature. Mental health should be treated a certain way. Black men deserve to grow old. It was the same thing.
Same
narrative. What were your thoughts?
Well, initially my thoughts, because, again, you got to read past headlines.
Yes.
What are headlines designed for?
Emotion,
insight, clicks,
yeah,
the whole 9 yards. So the problem with most of our people, we don't get past the headline.
Yes.
And the optics of a white man putting a black man in a chokehold is just bad for business.
Right.
Now, but as we unpack, as we spoke about, let's say the Marine himself had mental illness. Not making excuses.
Yeah.
When we start uncovering, let's uncover it all. And so everyone in New York is on edge.
Yes.
And
fight or flight.
Fight or flight.
All the time.
And so, and then there was two black people also holding his
arms, and people are not talking about that.
Down, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because had they not held his arms down, perhaps he could have got the Marine off his neck.
Right.
Because you're fighting for your life. It's a fight or flight situation. It don't look good. And the point I'm trying to make in general is he still should be charged. Because whether he meant to kill this man or not, this man died. So in a court of law, it doesn't matter. What does matter what your intent is if it's going to be murder. But if someone dies, there's still some either manslaughter, homicide, something involved with the situation. Now, me understanding the way politics work and psyop work and mind control, I have to then delve a little bit deeper and say, as you just broke down, where the Republicans are going to stand on this. This man, he's a Marine. He served his country. He saw somebody. First of all, you're a black man. So you already a threat in the eyes. That's the unwritten code of white society. Now, we're talking about somebody who had 40 arrests. I'm willing to bet 35 of them was for panhandling or not leaving the subway, because when this is what you do, this is what you do. Now, along with that, there's probably because he was homeless or, you know what I mean? So how he makes his living, he might have woke up on the wrong side of wherever he was sleeping that morning and decided that he's going to take out his frustrations of what he's been through, and that we don't know. And I can't say he's homeless because he's black, because if you've been to New York, it's a whole bunch of all kind of people down there that's homeless, and therefore he entered the subway. Now, when I see someone agitated on the subway, because I've been conditioned and I understand, barely will I flinch, but I'm always on edge. Let's keep that in mind. I'm always on edge, but I won't flinch because I don't want to, because flinching is a food source for those ready to attack. If you haven't been to New York, the minute you flinch or you don't make eye contact with the derelict or whatever the case may be, that is a sign of weakness. Anytime you in New York, now you don't stare too long, so you gotta know gotta know how to read the room. You stare too long, you can die. Right? So you stare when you speaking to a brother, I don't have no money right now. Let's keep this space clear, and then you continue to go about your day. I don't know all of the surrounding pieces which led this Marine or former Marine, only 24 years old. So I don't know how much PTSD he could have acquired.
That's true. I don't know if he's like an actual combat veteran.
Know. I don't know if he just came back, because where we shooting, well, we killing people all around the world, America. But I don't know at what age he went in, or was it just he saw
an opportunity
to be a vigilante, a hero, want to take justice in his own hands, because white people have a tendency to think that they are above the law or that they can make citizens arrest certain individuals, and as a result, you put your arms around this black man's neck and he died. But if you are going to charge him, all three of them have to be charged. And I want to be clear with that before the people start calling me a coon and all of that. Because if you let his arms go, perhaps he can fight his way out. Nobody should have been on his neck. But holding down my arms gives somebody
murder.
That's murder. That's giving somebody
I get that. That's
a free opportunity. And now I am defenseless. In a situation, because homie might have been able to throw him off and duff him out. We don't know. So before we start just saying this is a black and white situation, which is predictive programming, right? We have to peel back the layers of who's going to use this as a part of an agenda to get you to feed into a narrative of mental health. And like you said, the city is getting soft and we need to help people, or we saw a hero, somebody who needs to be recognized for because if that's the case, why don't we all just start walking around the city, and every time I see them goofy ass white boys on their skateboard or playing their goddamn guitar and I don't like it, why not I just start duffing them out because I was feeling that it was a threat involved. And see, then this shit gets out of control. So he should be charged. But all people should be charged with that crime.
Yes, I think so too.
So that's going to be my initial statement on that.
and it gets deep. It gets deep because I think that is a snapshot of New York City now, right? Mentally ill person out on the subway trying to just make a living. The rent is high in New York City anyway.
Yes,
right?
yes.
It's hard to get jobs out here too. So who knows Jordan's actual circumstances, how he even got to that point. And
Hakeem J, thank you.
Thank you so much. And then, like I said,
and congratulations on 11 months clean.
Yes.
Yes.
And this is I tried to kind of set the scene to how New Yorkers are on the trains,
so you can give people
because
a snapshot.
I want you to understand, like, going home could be death.
Yes,
in New York City trains,
and that's not
randomly. Like that's not an over exaggeration. Going to work, going to school, could be it because there are people on the train. You don't know who's on the train. Think about how many millions of people take the subway system every day. You don't know who you're next to.
Not only that, Malcolm, since COVID, the subway has become the home of the homeless even more. Right. So because there was nobody riding the subways during COVID, so they began to really set up shop. And we know that Mayor Adams and them have been trying to clean the subway up so that ridership could come back, because people are fearing for their lives by going into a subway.
Guys, you've seen videos, right? It was a video of a dude on a train on the tracks. He's walking on the tracks. He's having an episode, and people trying to get home from work. Somebody said, "Yo, just die already so we can go to work."
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying? Like, that's New York. New York is like at rush hour. You don't like people just snap. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been on the bus away to school late. And then I'm on the bus, and then a wheelchair get on. I get so upset.
Oh,
God damn it, man! You get what I'm saying? And
son, I drive the bus, and I see a wheelchair, and be like, fuck.
You know what I'm saying?
So can you imagine the people? Yeah,
you get what I'm saying. So like, it's so I don't know what led up to it, but I've been on the train watching somebody have an episode, and I'm ready to, like, I wish he, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And I wish he wouldn't. You know what I mean?
All at the same time. Based on what kind of day you are having. And so, because this is an important issue that I learned from driving a bus, mental illness is not always recognizable.
That's true.
So there are people who get on, they pay their fare and sit down, but you can trigger them, and the trigger will be the last thing that you wish that you did, because now I got to put the bus out of service.
Yes.
This thing just got crazy. And so all of those things come into play when we speak about somebody coming on a train being loud, slamming their jacket down, saying, I ain't got no money, I ain't got no food. Because when you hear those words, that is a sign of desperation. Mm-hmm. You know what? As a matter of fact, you got people, and this is another issue that I want to bring up. 3 hots in a cot sound real good about now. Mm-hmm. So I'm ready to go to jail because life outside here is too hard. I'd rather be inside of a can where I know I can get a meal, 3 meals a day, you know what I'm saying, and a bed, and somebody telling me what to do, rather than walking these streets watching you with your little fucking your little iPhone, you know, doing better than me, and ignoring me like my life doesn't mean. So let's try to put all of these things in perspective when we understand what mental illness is, what homelessness is, and how different people approach the situation. But I'm going to be clear and say it again. It should be charged.
Yeah, he definitely should be charged.
And the people holding down Neely's arms should be charged because you collectively have rendered him defenseless. Yeah. And when you render someone defenseless and their life is lost, it doesn't matter. Well, I was just trying to hold him until the police came. He couldn't breathe. Yeah. So, you know, that's the Eric Gardner situation. George Floyd, you know,
and his name is Neely. That's creepy.
Yeah. You start Neely. You know what I'm saying? Which creepy. Also makes you think psyop in a lot of instances. You know, when we talk about election years coming and how this situation all, you know what I'm saying, pans out. So let's just keep that in mind. But I want to be clear. That's my position.
No, I agree.
You know what I mean?
I agree because somebody did die, and you should be charged.
Yeah. Somebody died
For
at the
that.
hands of your negligence.
Yeah, and like because we talked about this a little before. Like, if he was to go to court and judge was he attacking you? Nah.
Exactly. Was he attacking you? No. But I felt that whoa. That is not your job.
Yeah.
We have law enforcement that's job is to come through it and maybe provide mental, get him to a shelter or get him into an institution. That is not your job. And now you got other pedestrians who are probably just on their way to work.
Yeah.
And you got involved with something. That's another thing. We don't get involved with shit that's not our business.
That's a fact.
That's New York City. That's law number one. You don't get involved.
That is a fact.
My daughter just sent me a picture of a naked woman on the subway with her kids, and they were all naked.
Oh.
And they were just running around the subway all naked, and most people were minding their business.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You just like this is saying like you see something, say something. That is
not a New York law.
Ignored.
Yes.
Just saying ever in New York. Like we just like
You know what I mean? So that's just how we get down. So when you take it upon yourself to assist someone in what they're doing, unless you felt your life was in danger, and I have heard no reports as such.
And here's the thing. Just pay attention to the reporting. I just gave you both sides of how everything is going to play out.
Yes.
Right? This side, crazy man, New York City, Democratic run city. They're soft on crime. We need to be tough on crime. Every Democratic city is terrible, crime rate, blah, blah, blah. He was a Marine, hero, military, hero, conservative, guns,
Yes. Yeah.
Conservative side, right? Black man, victim, lynched, murdered, systematic oppression, systematic racism, white man, took the law into his own hands.
And so this triggers trauma within all of us when we see the optics.
Every angle. They got every angle covered.
Yeah. A white man, because again.
Ralph Gibson, email info@urbanx.nyc. Info@urbanx.nyc for any membership issues.
Yeah, the picture of that white man with a crazy look in his eyes, holding down this black man, it just don't look good in any capacity.
Yes.
All right, so you know what I'm saying?